biggest price you pay when you decide to change yourself is letting go of the need to be defensive towards that change. Quite a paradox, right? Hi everybody, welcome to another video of Decoding It, and today we're going to be talking about something that's always hard to hear and even harder to do. You know, when somebody subtly tells you that you're starting to put on weight and your first reaction is that, but I like the way I look. Or if somebody tells you to cut down on your cigarette or alcohol consumption, you go all defensive and you're like, but I only have one cigarette per day and it's because I'm so stressed. Now these might seem like very small examples, which is fine, but let's imagine this on a larger scale. Maybe a work colleague asks you to take a different approach for a project, but because you have a defense mechanism in place, instead of taking that new approach, you would rather feel that this person doesn't value my expertise enough, and before you know it, you will be offended and angry at them and be very, very defensive towards that change. All of these reactions have something in common, a defense mechanism. But the real question is that why do we get defensive in the first place when we know it's doing us good? This happens for three big reasons. First, deep down you already know what the other person is saying is the truth, because otherwise you wouldn't have gotten defensive in the first place. Second, accepting that would mean facing a truth that your mind doesn't feel comfortable with, and your mind loves your comfort zone a lot. Third, accepting that your mind is uncomfortable with it would mean that you would actually have to change, which means that you have to let go of unhealthy behaviors and patterns and go through some very uncomfortable days, all of which are your mind's biggest enemies. But here's the thing, the moment you decide to stop defending yourself and start listening, that's when the real growth happens. Yes, change comes at a cost. You lose few habits, few people, and few excuses. But what you'll gain in return is clarity, peace, and a version of yourself that you'll absolutely love. So the next time you catch yourself getting defensive towards a genuine change that somebody is asking you to do, just pause and ask yourself that what is the long-term cost of me staying the same? You'll know the answer and you'll know what to do next. Have a good day.